This is a video that when I found out that we were making LA Ice Time and LA Podcast, Levi and I knew I had to tell this story. So this is a story about a weird adventure at my 8th grade dance. But we're going to take it back a little further towards the beginning of the school year. So I'm in the 8th grade, and I take this class called Book Club because the year before the teacher was like, "Hey, you should join this class. We we read books and we eat food." And I'm like, "Oh, well, fat guy like me, I'm gonna eat some food." So I joined the class, and there's a couple 8th graders and a couple 7th graders in there. So and there's a 7th grader that I'm not gonna say her name, but this is before I went to Freeport. I'm not gonna say the school because it's significant, but I like this girl, and I didn't want to tell any of my buddies that I liked a 7th grader because I was afraid. I was afraid they were gonna judge me for it. So I never said anything to her, like, "Hey, what's up?" And then that's it. Nothing else. I didn't, like, blush or anything like that. So it was all good. Well, the one day I'm at home and I get a text on Facebook Messenger. Okay, and she was like TBH. Well, they didn't really do TBHs back then because it's the 2013 or whatever. So she's like, "Hey, I like you," and I'm like, "Well, I like you too." She's like, "No, I seriously like you." And then I was like, "Hell yeah, like, let's go!" Like, and then so we started talking a little bit. A couple hours later, we're dating, and I know that's quick, but I'm in the 8th grade. Back then, stuff is just different now. So I date her, and then it really was nothing. It was like 5 days later, my buddy was like, "Hey, you should break up there. It'd be funny," and I like just did, and it was kind of like stupid. I like we neither of us cared. So about a week later, this chick in my home economics class, home ec, where we cook food and stuff, starts to. Uh, I can see that she's into me, and we started talking for a little bit, and she's kind of cute. And we started talking and then a couple days later, we're dating. And like I said, I know this is quick and everything, but it's the 8th grade, okay? And she was in the 7th grade as well. So I dated two 7th graders when I was in the 8th grade. And about 5 days later, we broke up, and no one even cared. But anyway, then this goes to about December or January of that school year because I went to the snowflake dance, and it was in the cafeteria, but the school was poor, and it was a fun time though. So I'm with my buddy. I go alone. I'm just with my buddies, and we're having a fun time. We're not dancing. We're just talking about the NHL. And, good old damn Bylsma back then. But anyway, so I get up and we start walking around a little bit, and give a couple jumps here and there for the songs, and I get one of the girl's friends that I dated first was like, "Hey, you should really dance with her. It'd really make her day and all this kind of stuff." I'm just like, "Nah, you're just trying to make me look stupid. We broke up and we haven't talked since." And I think nothing of it, and I go back and we're chilling and be like, "Yeah, so and so's friend, was like dance with her." I'm like, "Nah," and they're like, "Yeah, dude, that's stupid." So I start walking around again, and then the second girl I dated, one of her friends comes up and says like a similar thing, like, "Oh, you should really dance with her," and yada yada yada. I'm just like, "Nah, like, come on, like, don't do that." But then, like, I got a pretzel in my head because these two girls want to dance with me, and as the night goes on, they both are like on me, like they keep like their friends are like, "You should dance with them, you should dance with them." I'm just like, "Look, if I dance with one, the other's gonna cry, and if I dance with the other's gonna cry, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings like that. I'm a nice guy." So I go to the bathroom with my buddy, and we're just talking. I'm just like, "Dude, like, I'm really nervous, like, basically, I don't want, to hurt anyone's feelings." And so, as we're in the bathroom, the two girls that want to dance with me, they get together and they start chatting, and they go into the bathroom together, which is right next to the guys. We didn't try to, like, try to hear it or anything like that, but, we just walked away. Well, I go back, and me and my buddy were just chilling out on the other side of the cafeteria. But we started walking around a little bit, chilling out. I walked down, and there was a good song on or whatever. We're jumping, that kind of stuff. And, afterwards I'm tired, so I sit down, and the second girl I dated comes up to me, and she had this rose. She sat down, she's like, "You look nice today," and handed me this rose, and started, like, she had about a foot, like, beside me. She started getting closer and closer. And at that point there, that I knew I was fucked, and I was gonna have to do something I didn't want to do and dance with a chick that I didn't want to dance with. And so I know in my head that I'm fucked. And she starts, small talking with me, and I know it's gonna progress to, "Do you want to dance with me?" And I gotta say yes because I can't hurt her feelings. But she starts saying, "So I got something to ask you." Well, all of a sudden, my buddy, that I'm hanging out with all day, chit chatting, bullshitting with, he comes in, he goes, Majaka, because they call me that. Majaka, dude, something big came up, and we got to talk about, like, right now. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I'll be like, I said, I'll be right back. And so he just says to me, like, dude, I'm like, Will, thank you so much. He's like, yeah, dude, like, anything for a bro like that, you should just, like, I didn't want you to do something you didn't want to do. And I'm like, thank you, bro. Like, it was awesome. And I ended up didn't dancing with either of them. I really wanted to dance with the first girl that I went out with in the 8th grade because we actually, about a month later, we started talking and we dated. It was really short lived again. I was actually kind of hurt about it because we talked for a while and I really liked her, and she broke up with me. That was like 3 years ago. No big deal anymore. But that's the story about my 8th grade crazy adventure. So thank you for watching. Drop a like or and subscribe, and thanks. If you think it's boring, who cares? I was really hyped when I found out that we were making a podcast. So that's the story. You guys have a nice day, and make sure you give a like and subscribe.